a lot of the legislative requirements, the framework, it puts a lot of onus on council to decide how to implement the integrity commissioner's recommendations and report. As council is aware from the presentation, some of the penalties are suspension of pay for 90 days, a reprimand, that type of thing. If council wishes to act on those as a body, collectively, each councillor has one vote, including the head of council. They all vote to implement those recommendations. They can. So in terms of the ministry, at this stage, there's no legislation that would provide any further oversight of that or involvement from the ministry and solving that type of concern about an integrity commissioner or whether the recommendations are being implemented by council or not. That's still a local decision. But in terms of the IC, like for example, I'm not speaking about this municipality in particular, but hypothetically in another municipality, for instance, council appoints the IC. So if they want to try a different service, they have that option. Council may elect to find services elsewhere for an IC that may be more appropriate for the municipality. Also, there's like I mentioned earlier in the presentation, when an IC is being retained in the contract, you could have some explicit details around those types of situations to make sure that the IC is aware of what's expected by council and that they're living up to those expectations. So there are tools like that are some legal tools. But otherwise, as we say to many ratepayers and municipalities that want to know what can be done if let's say they hit an impasse and their concerns not being addressed, council is really where it stops, right? The local process. Seeking a delegation of council is something we always recommend, and that doesn't work. And the ombudsman rep doesn't work. Often, ratepayers are suggested they get legal advice because that's like the furthest level of escalation in the courts. But at your level, I think in terms of the IC, it's about what the contract says for the IC, whether you're happy with the services you're being rendered, and whether council collectively agrees about how whether things are going well or not well with the services that are being provided. I mean, it's not as prescriptive, I think, as some municipalities sometimes expect from the ministry, but that's the current framework.
Peter, I do have one question regarding confidentiality. And I think we know, well, I know we know that if it's discussed at a closed meeting, then that's got to stay there. What about other information like IMPA, I can't even pronounce that, but that type of information that you picked up, can you share that?
So what kind of what scenarios?
Well, I'm just comparing a closed meeting to information that's collected by IMPA.
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship. So each legislation has its own requirements, so it can be dependent on the act that we're dealing with. We can provide you with a written response after today's meeting. We'll likely stick to the Municipal Act and may allude to the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act and FIPA, the things of that sort. We may provide a general answer, I guess is what I'm saying, but unless you're thinking of a specific act, in which case we can maybe drill down a little bit more with that act.
Okay.
So we can connect staff or.
And I do have another question too,
Sure.
And that is regarding the forum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If there's an 8 board, 8 or 10, let's say 9 people sitting on a committee, not a board, but a committee, and 3 of them happen to be councillor members, is that considered a forum of council, or is that because there's only 3 of the 9? Is that okay?
So, thank you, Worship. So generally, a quorum is defined as the majority of members being present.
Being present, okay.
In the meeting. But if we're talking about committees or boards, that's something that we'll have to get back to you on, because in terms of council, then on council, I can definitively say that the quorum majority, so majority of council needs to be present for it to be a meeting. Generally speaking, it refers to the majority, and whatever the council size is, then you can determine that based on, like, if it's a 9-member council, like what that would be if it's a 5-member council, but it's the majority.
Yeah.
For a 5-member council, generally it'd be like 3 in attendance at the meeting.
So, and in my, pardon, not mine, but at the mayor's position, he is considered a member of all committees?
It depends. But if we stick to just council meetings, then that, of course, the mayor, the head council is generally the head. When they're present, they can have another chair according to local rules who may step in if they're not available. But their attendance also counts towards quorum, and it's 1 vote for each member of council, including the head of council.
And I'm talking not about the council.
Boards, yeah, so you're referring to, yes. So let me provide some more information after we get back, so to make sure we kind of address all the angles of that possibility.
Here, Catherine, you have a comment?
I just want to note that the Ontario Municipal Councillors Guide, that link is provided right after your contact information in this presentation.
Oh,
so it is
wonderful.
there.
Excellent.
Okay, Peter, again, I want to, on behalf of council and staff, I want to thank you for taking the time to come to our council meeting today, explain some more information on the rules for the ministry, and have a safe trip back and stay on the ring if you can.
Oh, thank you so much, Your Worship and Council, for your attention and interest.
We'll take a 2-minute break, 5-minute break. Okay, thank you. Thank you for everyone for getting back here quickly. Before we move on to the next subject, I need a resolution accepting the presentation from Peter. So I'll read the resolution that the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing Council Governance Training presentation be received for information. Need to move in a second. Moved by Deputy Mayor Silva and seconded by Councilor Ainsworth. Further discussion? All in favor? The motion is carried. Next, we have the adoption of the minutes. We have the council meeting, March the 10th. Minutes, we have the municipal planning / regular council meeting of March 24th. And the special council meeting of April 7th, 2026. It is recommended that the council of the corporation and township of Allen, Cullivan, and act as follows, that the minutes of the following meetings be adopted. The regular council meeting of March 10th, the municipal planning / regular council meeting of March 24th, and the special council meeting of April 7th, 2026. Can I get a mover to second? Moved by Councilor O'Neill, seconded by Councilor Ainsworth. Any discussions on these? Go ahead.
Just wondering if we could get, some potential dates of when we are gonna have an opportunity to have the presentation from the county regarding, financial software, and when we will receive the pay grid. The updated pay grid.
Thank you. Go ahead, Madam Clerk.
Previous Mayor, I did reach out to the county following that particular meeting. I can't remember which one it was. As they are currently in the middle of their year end for their auditing, county staff just provided with the information that I'll provide you here now, that the procurement process for the financial plan is in place. The local treasurers are working on it at a local level. So there will be updates provided through the treasury group as and when they proceed through the process, but there's really nothing to update council on at this point. So county staff again thanked council for the invitation. However, just due to their own workloads in-house, that they just pass that information on. Said more will be forthcoming as the project moves forward.
Thank you for following up.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Just the pay grid as well, when we expect to receive that.
You just stop if an answer on the big group. Go ahead.
I don't have an update on that. However, I can follow up with our HR coordinator and have her circulate that to council.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All in favor? That's carried. We have next approval of the committee of the whole meeting minutes. That was for March 17th. It is recommended that the council accept the minutes of the committee of the whole meeting held on March 17th, 2026 be adopted. I get a mover and a seconder. Moved by Deputy Mayor Stover, seconded by Councilor Ainsworth. Any discussion? All in favor? All carried. Now we'll go to business arising from the previous minutes, and that's for the meeting of the whole on March 17th. And the first recommendation, well, we'll go through, there was actually 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll read them all, and then we'll decide if you want to pull anything. The staff investigate seasonal accessible portable washrooms for the Wicklow Heritage Park. Number 2, that the staff investigate seasonal accessible portable washrooms for the Sandy Bay Boat Launch and the replacement of damaged picnic tables. Recommendation 3, that the correspondence from the municipality of Port Hope regarding changes to the Canadian Postal Corporations Act and Bill 2C-15 be reported to the Allen Cullivan Public Library Board. And recommendation 4, that the correspondence from the Kawartha Pine Ridge District Board trustee regarding protecting local voice in public education be supported as the motion presented from within the corporate correspondence. And that the motion of support be forwarded to the Ministry of Education, the Premier, the OPSBA, OMA, AMO, local MPPs and MPs and trustees. I get a mover and seconder. Moved by Councilor Booth, seconded by Councillor O'Neill. Is there anything you want to pull? Go ahead, Councillor Booth.
To your worship, maybe not to poll, but maybe the two members that sit on the parks. Number 1 and 2. I know Wicklow has bathrooms, so was it talking about they wanted the handicap style bathrooms there, or because Wicklow's always had 2?
Go ahead. If you have a response, Councillor O'Neill.
So not Wicklow Beach, but Wicklow Heritage Park along number 2, and this was cited as something for cyclists in particular who want to be able to, have a public washroom. So where we have the little church, the little roadside
Oh, okay.
location, and there's picnic tables there, so also for anyone who happens to be there picnicking, having a washroom might be a lovely, lovely thing.
Okay, thank you. When I saw Wicklow, I thought it was the actual park down there. Okay, thank you.
And with regard to the Sandy Bay, right now, they're only at the beach location, so there's been discussion and the land at the end of the discussion was to have a second washroom over at the boat launch as well. Although the discussion had also included signage at the boat launch directing down the road, but they naturally is a fair bit down the road if you know, are looking for a bathroom. So that was it.
I have a question, perhaps you can help. How much are we paying for those?
That's why we asked for the report, Mayor Logan.
Okay, so we're just asking for a report. We're not asking we're not recommending nothing. Okay.
Staff investigate.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have to make a recommendation, staff investigate item 1 and 2. Okay. Yeah. So it's already there. All in favor? That's carried. We're gonna move on to Grafton Creek Golf Course, formalizing the transfer of road allowances. PLN 202611, Grafton Creek Golf Course, formalizing the transfer of road allowances. And this is for today's April 14, 2026. And we have Tracy here who's going to explain a little bit more and answer any questions that we may have. Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning. Through the chair, the purpose of the report is to assist with the clarification of the title of the property. There are road allowances that run through the property. There was a bylaw from the 1870s that dealt with the closure of the one piece. We were unable to find record of closure of the second piece. However, the property has been developed and utilized for many years, I think dating back to the 50s. So this will, and there's also a site plan that had been approved way back in, I believe, 2007, and then we've recently done an update. So this will just formally clear up the title of the property.
Thank you. Any questions? Councilor O'Neill?
Just a fun comment that, anytime someone says we're taking too long, I'll be like, she just got to that one from 1871.
That's good.
We don't always know there was a problem.
These are fun ones when you find them.
Any other questions? I'll read the resolution.
Mayor,
Oh, go ahead.
through you, Mayor. So with this closure here, is it up to date with what we do now, Dave? Or is it just basically cleaning up and moving on as we go?
Through the mayor, so this is.
Are you talking about this specific property?
Well, just this unassuming road in general. I know this is fine, the report's good, but does it have to have any up to date? It's been so long, kind of got lost in the shuffling.
Tracy?
Through the mayor, it's not a typical request for a road closure where there's a, you know, a well-acknowledged, road allowance that we know is within our ownership. The deed of this property references the road allowances, so it's likely that there was a transfer done way back in the day that we haven't been able to put our fingers on a record for. So this is not like some of those other situations. This is clearing up the title, for the most part, as opposed to someone asking for purchasing of a road allowance that's adjacent to their property. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll read the resolution. The bylaw be brought forward for approval to formalize the stop, up, closure, and conveyance of the former road allowance between one lots of 18 and 19 and concession A, and number 2, lots 17 and 18, concession A, and lot 17-18, concession 1, formerly in the Haldeman Township as identified as parts 1 and 2 on plan number 39R15119. Mover and seconder. Moved by Councilor O'Neill, seconded by Deputy Mayor Stover. Any further questions? All in favor? Motion's carried. Thank you, Tracy. Councilor Code of Conduct. That's number 14, the use of the corporate resources during an election policy update. And that is report CLK 2026-07, Councilor Code of Conduct, use of corporate resources during election policy update, number 14, or the 14th day of April 2026. Bylaw 2026 to amend Council Code of Conduct 2026-01-14. Go ahead, Deputy Mayor.
Mayor Lovell, I'd like to inform you that, at the end of, just before you move on to, get the right number here, 15, that I would like to propose a motion, and I will do that after, you have dealt with 14.1. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're still back on 14.
Yes.
Okay. You move or second? You move in a seconder? Moved by Councilor Booth, seconded by Councilor Ainsworth. It is recommended the Council Corporation of the Township of Falmouth Haldimand enact as follows. The council received report CLK 2026-07, Council Code of Conduct and use of corporate resources during an election policy update for information, and that bylaw 2026-27 being a bylaw to amend bylaw 48-2019, Council Code of Conduct, be given a first, second, and third reading and finally passes 14th day of April 2026. And that the corporation use of resources during the election policy as revised be approved. I'm gonna move in second. Oh, you already done? Okay, sorry. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Motion is carried.
Mayor Lovell,
Yes,
I'd like to put my motion on the floor now, if I may.
okay.
That a bylaw to amend the township's code of conduct bylaw be brought forward for council consideration to remove number 9.3 of the schedule. And that is to remove the two. Yeah.
Did you say 9-3?
Before you go on to 15,
Yeah,
I would just like to have a motion come forward to amend that code of conduct, and that has to do with the integrity commissioner with the 2/3 vote, or no, it's a 66% vote. I haven't got it written down here properly. and staff be required to consult with the ICCMI on the proposed change per terms of the agreement. So I would like it changed to, from the 66% to the 2/3.
So you're talking about the, procedural bylaws, is that correct?
Oh, it is for, the code of conduct. Oh, so are you going on to amend? Which one are you on? I can withdraw that and just wait till the. I just want to put the motion in. Could I ask for your, guidance on that?
Or how we do that? Well, we have to get it over.
So
See you.
through you, Mr. Mayor, so you can make a motion to bring forward a bylaw for council consideration to amend the code of conduct. But for clarity, 2/3 and 66% are the same thing.
Oh,
So we would need, if you're looking to remove the 2/3 requirement, if you're removing that clause, then it would just be a majority vote required.
oh, majority, okay, all right, I
If
screwed
I'm
that up.
understanding, but I need clarity from yourself as to.
Yes, that would be it, the majority.
Yeah, they have to help us. I think.
So from what I'm understanding, Council, your motion is, sorry, Deputy Mayor, that a bylaw to amend the township's council code of conduct bylaw be brought forward for council consideration to remove, and what was the item number I have? 9.3 of Schedule A, Section E, Complaint Protocol, Part B,
Yes,
and that staff be required to consult with the IC for the terms of their contract.
yes.
Oh.
So we all voting on?
Yes, I think it should.
Oh, we have moved.
John.
I moved it.
Okay, you seconded? Councillor Ainsworth? Yes, yes.
In regards to conduct in a meeting and disrupting council behaviors, because the comments become
We'd ask the members of the, try not to talk, not to disturb us, please and thank you.
So through you, Mr. Mayor, the motion that I have made by Deputy Mayor Stover, seconded by Councillor Ainsworth, is that a bylaw to amend the township's council code of conduct bylaw be brought forward for council consideration to remove item 9.3 of Schedule A, Section E, Complaint Protocol Part B, and that staff be required to consult with the ICE Integrity Commissioner for the terms of the contract.
Thank you. We got a mover second, or any questions or comments? Go ahead, Councillor Booth.
Through you, your worship, so is that saying that we're voting on that now, or is that coming to council at a later date? Is a bylaw allowed to be changed at just a motion made, that we can change a bylaw just like that, or does it have to be a notice that it comes to the next meeting?
Go ahead.
So through you, Mr. Mayor, as the motion says, that a bylaw comes forward for council consideration. So a bylaw to amend, so it's coming forward at another date. You're just giving the direction right now for that bylaw to come forward. Because you cannot, as you're correct, you cannot amend a bylaw by a resolution. It has to be a bylaw to amend bylaw.
Thank you.
Other questions?
Mayor Vogel.
Yes.
And the reason to do this is just consistency with the rest of our, administration with other contracts. That's the reason for doing it. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Go ahead.
Just why is this coming from the floor rather than the notice of motion that was on there for consideration?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Through you, Mayor Vogel. It just came to me that, as we are changing, making corrections with the, code of conduct, that, this be fitting to be brought up to date. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Sorry, I'd like a recorded vote on this, please. Thank
You
you.
can actually ask for that before and after we vote.
Okay.
But you've asked before, so that's fine.
Sure.
Request a recorded vote from Councillor Booth.
Mr. Mayor, we had a request for a recorded vote from Councillor Booth. I will start in with Councillor Booth. I'll go through alphabetically thereafter. When I say your name, please answer yea or nay as to how you would like to vote on the following resolution. That a bylaw to amend the Township's Council Code of Conduct bylaw be brought forward for council consideration to remove item 9.3 of Schedule A, Section E, Complaint Protocol, Part B, and staff be required to consult with the IC for the terms of the contract. Councillor Booth.
No.
Councillor Ainsworth.
Yes.
Councillor O'Neill.
No,
Deputy Mayor Stover.
Yes.
Mayor Lobo.
Yes,
Motion is carried.
thank you. Next we have bylaws. Our first bylaw is 2026-26. Stop up and convey road allowance for the Grafton Creek Golf Incorporated. Bylaw 2026-26. Stop up and convey road allowance for Grafton Creek Side Golf. It is recommended the council of the corporation of the township of Elm, Calderman act as follows. That bylaw 2026-26 being a bylaw to stop up and convey road allowances for the Grafton Creekside Golf Inc. be given a first, second, and third reading and finally passed this 14th day of April 2026. Mover and seconder. Moved by Councillor Ainsworth, seconded by Deputy Mayor Stover. Any further discussion? All in favor? That's carried. We're gonna move on to closed session. So I'll read the resolution, motion to move into a closed session. That the regular council meeting of April 14th, 2026. Moved in a closed session under section 239-2D. Personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. A position, plan, procedure, criteria, or instructions to be applied to any negotiations carried on or to be carried on by or on behalf of the municipal or local board. And it's regarding a third-party service provider agreement. Mover and seconded. Moved by Councillor Ainsworth, seconded by Deputy Mayor Stover. Any discussions? All in favor? That motion is carried. Meeting is closed now, closed to the public. We'll be back open in about, well, I'm not sure, I'm gonna call my.
Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Reporting out of closed. We're ready. It is recommended the council of the corporation of the township of Allen Culver act as follows. That Mayor Nobles report out of closed be received for information. Before I say that, I should state that the council met in closed session. The staff will provide direction and will proceed as discussed. Mover and seconder. Moved by Councilor Ainsworth, seconded by Deputy Mayor Stover. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion's carried. Confirming bylaw 2026-28, confirming bylaw 206-0414. It is recommended the council of the corporation of the township of Allen Culver adopt as follows. That bylaw 2026-28 being a bylaw to adopt the proceedings at the regular council meeting held on the 14th day of April 2026 and to authorize its execution in the first, second, and third reading and finally pass this 14th day of April 2026. Mover and seconder. Moved by Councilor Ainsworth, seconded by Deputy Mayor Stover. All in favor? That's carried. Motion to adjourn is recommended the council of the corporation of the township of Allen Culver act as follows. That the regular council meeting held on April the 14th, 2026 be adjourned at 11:29 a.m. Second, mover and seconded. Moved by Councilor O'Neill, seconded by Councilor Booth. All in favor? Motion's carried. Thank you, everyone.